10 best Survivor Series matches of all time. Let's go. At number 1, we have Brock Lesnar versus AJ Styles, Survivor Series 2017. One of their first and only encounters they've ever had, and they didn't disappoint. They delivered to the match. Everything that was expected of a match was pretty much given to us, and everything. At the time, Brock Lesnar was Universal Champion, and AJ Styles just defeated Jinder Mahal to become WWE Champion. Thankfully, Jinder Mahal didn't become champion after this because his whole title reign was terrible. The whole fact that he was even champion was a terrible decision. But anyways, after AJ Styles won the WWE Championship, him and Brock Lesnar entered in an epic clash that we will forever remember. At number 2, we have Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan, Survivor Series 2018. See, pretty much the same thing kind of happened around this year time. AJ Styles was champion, but just lost it to Daniel Bryan on an episode of SmackDown, the same way that AJ Styles defeated Jinder Mahal the year previous. And Brock Lesnar was still Universal Champion, so the match had to happen. All of those suplexes felt real personal and felt like he was legitimately going to hurt Daniel Bryan. But Daniel Bryan did his babyface comeback, even though he was a heel at the time. But the match was pretty great, maybe even better than Brock Lesnar versus AJ Styles. At number 3, we have Brock Lesnar versus Rey Mysterio. This is starting to become a Brock Lesnar list, I see. Well, I guess Brock Lesnar is just one of those guys who understands the assignment and understands what he needs to bring to the ring when the bell goes ding. At the time, Rey Mysterio earned himself a WWE title shot, and none of us really thought that he was going to win necessarily, but he did kind of convince me towards the end when Dominic Mysterio got involved, but it was a fun little moment, but it's definitely on my list. At number 4, we have AJ Styles versus Roderick Strong versus Shinsuke Nakamura. This came at a time where WWE decided to switch things up a bit and to add NXT to the mix. See, I think at the time NXT just got themselves a TV deal, so they weren't being looked at as just the developmental brand, even though to this day they still are just the developmental brand. But at this time, NXT wanted to show out. This match had it all hard forearms, hard kicks, and most definitely, because Roderick Strong is their hard backbreakers. Yeah, Roddy Strong representing not only Undisputed Era, but NXT, Shinsuke Nakamura representing SmackDown, and AJ Styles representing Raw. And the match itself ended with AJ Styles hitting a phenomenal forearm on Shinsuke Nakamura, but Roddy Strong coming in to toss AJ out the ring, which looked very brutal because AJ is good at selling, and Roderick Strong stealing the victory. 1, 2, 3. If you ask me, this should have been the time to give Roddy Strong that push he really deserved, because Roderick Strong is actually a pretty good wrestler, but it all went how it went. At number 5, we have Triple H versus RVD versus Chris Jericho versus Booker T versus Kane versus Shawn Michaels in a first ever Elimination Chamber match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Man, if only you guys knew how many takes it took me to get that perfectly. And given the names that I just gave you, you should know exactly what era this was. This was post-Attitude Era. This was the Ruthless Aggression Era. Also, the era where Triple H's reign of terror was in 2002. The whole match involved Triple H and Chris Jericho working together until the very end, where Shawn Michaels eliminated Chris Jericho, then went on to eliminate Triple H to win the World Heavyweight Championship. That was a feel-good moment, but we all know that didn't last long because Triple H's reign of terror had to continue. It just had to. At number 6, we had Charlotte Flair, Shotzi, Becky Lynch, and Bianca Belair taking on Damage Control in the War Games match. Now, in this match, I don't know what the hell was Kairi Sane's grudge against Shotzi, but she just kept giving her some nasty backhand shots with a trash can lid. I mean, Shotzi was completely eating shit this whole match. Didn't help, by the time it was all said and done, Shotzi's face was a bloody mess. Now, if I recall, the whole story of this match was the faces trying to end Damage Control, and Bayley's whole thing was that she was trying to prove herself to Damage Control because she know that she was slowly becoming more and more worthless to them. That whole story came full circle when Bayley won the Royal Rumble and then challenged Io Sky at WrestleMania for the Women's Championship and eventually defeated her, so what a feel-good moment there. At number 7, we have Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey, Survivor Series 2018, I believe. Going into this match, it was originally supposed to be Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey, but during a Raw invasion angle or SmackDown invasion angle, Nia Jax legitimately punched Becky Lynch in the face, leaving her a bloody mess. That left Becky Lynch no choice but to choose someone to fight in her position at Survivor Series, and her choice was Charlotte Flair. This match was all physical. It's like Charlotte legitimately held a grudge against Ronda Rousey for whatever reason. The match was hard hitting, Charlotte delivering legit elbows and boots to Ronda Rousey, and in the end, Charlotte Flair was like on the outside of the ring, and Ronda Rousey was running around the ring to her, and then all of a sudden, Kendall shot, and Charlotte Flair disqualified herself, but I doubt she cared that much because she kept on attacking Ronda Rousey, and the whole attack ended with Charlotte Flair putting the chair around Ronda Rousey's neck and stomping on it. This match is the one match that made Ronda Rousey a bit bitter towards the fans because the whole crowd booed her out the building and even cheered when Charlotte Flair brutally attacked her, and I believe that was in Ronda Rousey's home state nonetheless too, and they still booed her. Kind of makes you think, what would it have been like if we would have actually gotten that one-on-one between Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey? Because that was where the original plan was going to go, but unfortunately Nia Jax legitimately injured Becky, once again leaving her a bloody mess. But in the end, it worked out for itself because it made Becky Lynch a bigger star in creating the man. At number 8, we have Team Cena versus Team Authority 2014. And on John Cena's side, we have, of course, John Cena, Big Show, Dolph Ziggler, Ryback, Eric Rowan. And on the Authority side, we have Seth Rollins, Rusev, Kane, Mark Henry, and Luke Harper. The whole story going into this was that the Authority was, abusing their authority. And if Team Cena lost, then they will all lose their jobs. I think the funniest part about this match is that Mark Henry was eliminated first, but not even that he was eliminated first, that he was eliminated the quickest. And in this match, we also saw Big Show punching an invisible man and walking out on his whole team. So that was like, the 1,000th heel turn that Big Show has had. And everybody says this is where Dolph Ziggler should have been skyrocketed. And man, I just agree because they flopped hard with Dolph Ziggler after this. He was the sole survivor in this whole match, showing up and showing out as he should, and eliminated every single other competitor. And I think the biggest part about this match was the fact that Sting actually debuted and helped Dolph Ziggler eliminate, at the time, Mr. Money in the Bank Seth Rollins. At number 9, you have Kane versus Shane McMahon. I mean, where do you even begin to explain this nutshell of a match? This was around the time that Kane was going absolutely psychopath on everybody. He even set JR on fire around this time. And Shane McMahon and Kane had a match at Survivor Series where it literally involved Shane McMahon getting in an SUV or whatever the hell type of vehicle that was, bagging into Kane and sending him flying into this weird security box place thing, whatever. This match was just crazy, and I love it. At number 10, you have Raw vs. SmackDown Survivor Series 2016. This was the first ever Raw vs. SmackDown that WWE has done in quite some time. And on Raw side, you had Seth Rollins, Chris Jericho, Kevin Owens, Braun Strowman, and Roman Reigns. And on SmackDown side, you had Dean Ambrose, Shane McMahon, AJ Styles, Randy Orton, and Bray Wyatt. This match had it all, and it went I can't even remember how many minutes it went. It went 53 minutes and 41 seconds. This match was this should have been the main event, but surprisingly, after this match, the main event was Brock Lesnar versus Goldberg, which is not on this list. I even forgot that match was still happening after this match happened. This match had it all. It had goofy stuff like James Ellsworth getting murdered by Braun Strowman being a monster, tossing everybody around, AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose having their little feud, AJ Styles getting Dean Ambrose eliminated, Dean Ambrose eventually coming back to help Roman Reigns and what was his name? Blah. I'm sorry, this is just a lot of talking I'm doing. Dean Ambrose eventually coming back to help out Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns to take out AJ Styles in a T-Shield reunion type of thing. And this match also had Randy Orton taking a bullet for Bray Wyatt to prove his loyalty to the Wyatt family. This match literally had it all. And if you don't believe it had it all, then it had Shane McMahon being murdered and legitimately injured. See, Shane McMahon was going for a coast to coast on Roman. That's already a bad idea because midair Roman just popped out and speared the crap out of Shane. One of the worst spears I've ever seen. and it was so bad that Randy Orton had to break character and talk to Shane's kids, let him know he's okay. But Shane was okay in the end. Crazy to think that Bray Wyatt was the sole survivor also with Randy Orton, but Bray Wyatt was the one who got the last pinning Roman Reigns off of Brutal's sister Abigail. Man, R.I.P. to Bray Wyatt. I should make a video about you one day. But this has been my top 10 Survivor Series matches of all time. I'm Cass Lowndes. Please hit that like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll get back to you next time with top 10 Royal Rumble matches of all time. And we'll go. Don't you bring me around that doll. Man, you trying to knock me off. Why there's scars up on his face? All of this is feeling wrong. I heard it was Charles Lee Ray, but I thought that he was gone. And he possessing all these toys. And I'm trying to tell my mom, Chucky, you won't get